industrial IoT platform, and in the subsequent discussions, we'll get into more details about it. But it's been live with our customers 24 by 7, ingesting all kinds of industrial data 24 by 7. We've processed billions of data points so far, and we offer our customers 100% SLA. So no ingestion loss, 99.9% application uptime, the good stuff. Our platform is offered as a PaaS offering. We've connected everything that you can imagine, like pumps, generators, gensets, solar panels, water meters, electricity meters, and we're doing interesting analytics on that. So that's what we do. It's a generic IoT platform. Anybody can sign up, start using it. Any developer can sign up and start using it and use it in a certain way. And then, subsequently, I wanted to spend this 5 minutes focusing on a few user stories, some case studies with our customers, because anyway, the rest of the conversation is going to be more about technology.
Could you just maybe touch on your architecture?
Right. So it's a big data architecture. It's agnostic to the cloud platform. We used to run it on AWS. We are partners with Microsoft right now, so we run it on Azure. It's fully Dockerized, built on top of Kafka, Spark, the good stuff. NoSQL databases. We provide data ingestion, so edge gateways that can connect to all protocols. Complex event processing engine, that's stream processing. We do analytics and machine learning all in a single platform, and then we provide enterprise integration from the platform to the rest. All of it in a self-service, productized manner. Big difference, for instance, if you compare it to AWS IoT or Azure IoT, they provide a bunch of microservices which developers can stitch together. This is more productized. You can click, you can build it up, and within seconds you can get your device connected and going. So that's a big difference, completely productized. So we've spent about 2.5 years focused on manufacturing. We happen to be from Pune. It's a big manufacturing belt. That's why we look at manufacturing strangely. Interesting journey. We've connected machines that are 50 years old. So this is our first story that we tried to do. This was a lot of manufacturing belts in and around Pune. And our customers used to come back to us and say, we used to have heterogeneous machines. We've done a lot of capacity. We have a lot of capacity. We spend a lot of money setting up assembly lines machines, but we're not utilizing it optimally. How can I tap into information given by my machines? So these could be CNCs, PLCs, all kinds of mechanical instruments there, and then find out how am I using my machines? Am I using it well? Am I utilizing it well? What is my utilization patterns? How can I improve it? And so on and so forth. And that was one of our first use cases on the platform, connecting heterogeneous machines. So we've connected all kinds, including robots. And then we look at this data and tell you, how can you be better? It's like analyzing code in a sense. And we've seen an ROI of 6 months of our platform with customers like these, with a capacity improvement of between 10 to 18% within 1 month of installation of this platform. That's the first thing that we do. We do work on supply chain. So our platform is OEM'd by companies. So this was an interesting use case where we were working with a solar EPC vendor. So what they do is they have solar panels, they have inverters, they have batteries. And the question was, hey, how can IoT data help us run our, how can we stock batteries better? How can we ensure that our truck rolls? How do we go and kind of fix these systems better? Can you predict what is going to happen? Which are my systems that are going to fail out there in the future? And then therefore I can stock my parts appropriately. So, we worked as a back-end platform for them, ingesting all kinds of information about how do their batteries charge, how do they discharge, how are their panels performing, and then giving them a scorecard of saying what is safe and what is not, and what should be stopped. So some interesting use cases in this space. A lot of work on connecting analytics, machine learning, predictive, so on and so forth. We've done a lot of work in clean tech. One of our investors happens to be from this space. So now solar panels, these are solar farms in France that we've connected up. Vast installations, very often, because of all kinds of scenarios that happen with solar panels, their energy output might be suboptimal. So how can you compare the energy output being generated by your solar panels against the weather patterns, against the wind, against the dust that might settle on these solar panels, and so on and so forth, and tell your customers that your output is suboptimal. Very interesting anecdote here. OEMs absolutely hated this idea. because they would sell systems to customers saying that we guarantee this kind of output. When we actually install the system, it really quite isn't so. So another power of IoT. And this is like, for me, this is like the most satisfying work that we've done in IoT, right? It's called Watch Your Power. Anybody can go and access it, watchyourpower.org. This is digitizing data in India. So we all know that rural India has immense problems when it comes to electricity. Then two main problems: the availability of power and the quality of power. By quality, I mean that you expect 240 volts AC. You usually end up getting 185, which spikes to 280 at some point in time, fries all kinds of electronic equipment. Catastrophic damages that happens to electronics in rural India. So we worked with this energy advocacy group called Prayas, who set up this website. They built it on top of our platform using our API, where they've now connected 250 meters in rural India, and this data is open. So it's available to the energy department in India. So they can see in these villages that are being covered by our platform, by these low-cost connected energy meters, what is the quality of power and how often do interruptions occur? And some of the data is like horrible. Interesting uses of this data. The day we went live with this information and made this public, a week later, an electronics vendor got in touch with us and said, "Hey guys, we looked at this information, and can you add several more? We'll be happy to sponsor several additional regions, because that impacts the electronic design of the consumer electronics that I supply to that area. How can I make my electronics a lot better because of the quality and the variability of the power in those locations?" Interesting use cases of IoT, all driven from the data on this
So
platform.
Ranjit, could I stop you at this point?
Sure.
And kind of ask you, right? So
Yeah.
yes, you guys have done a lot of different case studies and so
Yes.
forth with the Altizon platform.
Yes.
If you can just kind of, this is a lot of developer community and so
Yes.
forth, IoT developers.
Yes.
So what is the key USP of your platform? Which specific segments are you guys focused on? If you can just kind of help us
Sure.
navigate that. Sure. Why would they choose the Altizon platform as compared to somebody else? Please.
So, do you want the 10-second answer or the
30 seconds answer,
right.
please.
So in the whole IoT world, right, if I have to segment this and slice this, right, there are infrastructure as a service providers who are providing IoT platforms. Classical examples is Azure and AWS. There are platform as a service vendors. Predix happens to be one of them. PaaS platform. SAP HANA's Open Cloud platform is another. And there are fully productized offerings like ThingWorks and Datanos. That's our platform. That's a big difference. So if you look at core developer community, the kind of flexibility that let's say an AWS IoT will give you, because it's a bunch of microservices. You can stitch them together. It gives you a lot more power, but gives you lock-in, right? What we offer is a far more productized offering. Because there are three kinds of customers for IoT platforms: developers, OEMs, and system integrators who are connecting machines. Very strong at the latter two. Very good at developers as well with our open APIs, and we are cloud agnostic. So you
Got
can
it.
install it.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Wonderful.